You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files Season 3 with your hosts Dennis Mays, Tyler Stewart, and Josh Gibbs. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit us at www.kyxfiles.com. And now, on to our show.
Right. And I wonder if they're going to update these. Like, I wonder if this Western video one that we were watching, I wonder if this was a complete UAP to begin with, and then they've assessed that, and if they're going to update when it's been assessed on this page.
I would hope so, yeah. Like, at least, hopefully they're not doing the thing where they just drag it along, like it would be nice to have closure to each one as they figure it out, if they figure it out,
Right.
Because I get tired of the goose chase.
Right.
Just endlessly chasing down theories or whatever. It's like we don't got anything. I mean, I get it. You want to keep looking or whatever. That makes sense to me, but it gets a little frustrating when you're like trying to find answers and it's just over and over again, Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. It's just, I know I've said it before, but goddamn, it just blows my mind that we live in an age now where this is something we're legitimately looking into.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I get, like, what I keep thinking it is that I hate that. Like, I don't want to say this, but I still, if it's not aliens or just anything that's not of this world, do you really believe that the government's going to tell us every bit of like information that comes through? Like, and especially something that's unidentified. I really feel like they peg that on everything, even if they know that it might be an outside like enemy, like
Right.
doing these things. Because if they make it seem like these outside enemies can come through and basically have either a new technology that they're working on, or if it's actually us that's been like, I feel like they give us bits and pieces. And another thing too is, come on, like, I feel like this is the reason why they allow like Alex Jones, us, and every other like asshole out there to continue to talk about this shit, because the people think we're nuts, think we're crazy, and no one's wanting to believe us.
I mean, that's kind of a fair assessment, yeah.
Like,
Is
and
that the
like
crazier it seems, the less likely people are going to believe it.
and another thing too is, like, I always go back to this because like I feel like this was a very like a smart like thing to like subtract a lot of shit out of it. What's the point? Who is benefiting from it? Why would they do that? Like, why would the government do that if they did? So it's like, why would they put all these things if they actually know somewhat what it is? Why would they deem it as a UFO or a UAP?
It's, I okay. So, that whole thing where it's like, when you look into a folklore, eventually you may be able to uncover a realistic background to that folklore. What actually happened. I've been you were talking to me about the Hawaii thing earlier this week, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay. I started looking into it, and yeah, there's conspiracies out there going ape shit saying that aliens attacked Hawaii, right? There's laser beam attacks on Hawaii. There's all this shit. Okay. Check this out. I'm going to pull one out of our old buddy's Tim's book here and say yes and no. Okay. So
I wonder if you're going to show a picture that I've actually been looking. I've been waiting to throw
have
some
you
of
looked
that
into
out there.
this?
I just started to look at a little bit more into it, but yeah, I had some stuff.
Okay, so yes, there were lasers involved, but they belong to Japan. Here's one more here. I'm trying not to play too much of this because I know it's somebody else's video, but see that? That is from a satellite,
Hmm.
a series of satellites from Japan that basically are supposed to be measuring altitude, or what do you call it? The is altitude, right? The height of the
The height.
ground or whatever, the terrain.
Yeah.
And people were swearing up and down that these lasers started the fire. And I'll be honest, like, okay, like I totally get where people think that by looking at it. You know what I mean? Like, it does look weird, but I mean, I'm trying to say this without being distasteful. Okay, it's Hawaii, and we're talking about Japan. I feel like they're not gonna do that again. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of people that are casted permanently as shadows in the staircases in Japan from the last time
Yeah,
they
I really,
fucked
yeah.
around and found out. So yeah, I don't think that Japan is playing games.
If a laser that they shot down started a fire, I really feel like we would be hearing something like, "Sorry,
Yeah,
We fired that guy that actually did that. I'm sorry.
that's
That's
that's on us.
that's on us.
We're really, really sorry."
are you
Hey,
guys
we're
going South
Canadian.
Park on me?
Yeah, like I don't know. I will admit that some of the laser videos and things that have popped up are interesting, and it is weird that none of the rich people's houses are affected. Guy I ride with, Big Adam. You guys know Big Adam, right?
Hmm.
I think I don't know if Josh has met him, but I know Tyler's met him. Anyway, Big Adam listens to the show. He loves conspiracy, loves ancient history stuff, you know. And even he was telling me that Hawaii, they're not allowed to rebuild unless it's a natural disaster.
That makes sense.
There's no rebuilding of buildings unless it's a natural disaster. And he's like, it's kind of weird that that is a rule, and none of the wealthy houses have been affected by these wildfires. And even he's like, I don't know if aliens did it, but it sure seems like somebody did.
Well, that's another thing. There's another conspiracy going around on top of like the whole. Okay, I feel like we're going into the extreme side with lasers, but
Yeah,
some people are like, there's actually a lawsuit going against, I guess, Hawaii Electric, saying it was faulty wiring
really. See if I can get this one to
because
maximize.
not faulty wiring, they didn't turn off the electric when the fire started, so that's why it continued to spread.
You see that? You see that little right there?
Couldn't that just be a an asshole with a laser pointer?
I mean, does that not seem a little powerful for just some dude on the ground with a pen laser?
It's like there's nothing like a green like those green ones. They said that it's actually illegal to do that up in the sky. I thought
Yeah.
you're not allowed to shoot a laser up into the sky because of this.
Well, I mean, what is a laser? You know what I mean? A lot of people they assume a laser is just a light, right?
Hmm.
But we're talking accelerated photons. So there's a whole science out there that we're just blank because we don't know what it's going to do to the electronics of a plane. Like we don't know what it's going to do to all kinds of shit. Lasers, not very. What do you call it? Like it's a very undisciplined science. of like chemistry. You know what I mean? Chemists are just like, fuck it, pour it together, see what happens.
Then again, like, okay, going back on the whole like lasers starting the fires.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I talked about it, but I talked about it a while ago. They I think back in 29, it's either before COVID or after. So, the military deemed their first. It was on a ship that their first like electric or energy based weapon, and it was for like uh anti-air like missiles or something like that. It's supposed to basically heat the object to point where it basically breaks
All right.
in midair. So like if it's able to do that, but that's what I'm like trying to say is like, okay, if we're on a ship, I mean all of these pictures that I'm seeing and videos are something coming down. I'm not saying that like, yeah, there is a chance that we put a satellite in the sky that actually was be able to direct a beam down,
Yeah.
or I don't know. Like there's this one. It eerily looks like I don't know how the stream. Hold on, let me see if I'll share my screen here. Da-da-da-da.
No, I found it here somewhere. Laser. The word
Yeah.
laser itself is actually an acronym.
Really?
It's the acronym for light amplification stimulated emission of radiation. And each different color spectrum that you see has its own kind of what do you call it? Like I guess it has the ability to set fire to something,
Mhm.
but certain colors spectrums won't catch on fire.
Well,
Depending on the color of the laser, I guess whatever spectrum that laser's in, if it hits a certain color, it'll do nothing.
oh,
But other colors, it's like if it hits it, it's going up. I mean, how do we know that one of those measuring lasers didn't just happen upon a leaf laying on the ground that was just the right color to just go up, you know? But I can't imagine it because it's like, I mean, how often do we have wildfires in like humid as hell places? I mean, is that a thing? I mean, you would think that the humidity would help, like all the moisture, wouldn't it? Or do I just have this completely wrong?
Wasn't the Amazon burning?
I think you're right. Yeah.
well, I have a picture
Yeah.
here that I wanted to.
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
This is like somebody was saying that this is before the fires in Hawaii, which okay. This does not look like anywhere near what the devastation start or like where it was, and
Yeah.
houses like this is hills, but it's shown that this is taken. It was 2019 SpaceX launch. Okay, I don't know how I never really like noticed uh a rocket taking off, but would it leave a stream like this that long? I can't. I was going to take this into Photoshop to see if it's been altered, but I can't because this is somebody like this is a screenshot of another screenshot, so it won't let me. So
Right.
I didn't know if you get like would it leave a trail like that, like a bright trail like that going up?
I don't know.
I normally I thought it will start to dissipate the farther it goes. It's not as long as it like, but look at the terrain where this is. And hold on, let me shit. I gotta switch my screen. Where? Okay. Where is the one that I saw?
Maybe if it's a
This
time
one.
lapse picture,
Like,
and
look at the
each,
terrain. You guys see this one?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
look at the terrain. It's
Yeah.
similar, same, uh, same thing, and you can see a fucking building that says SpaceX on it. So, with that being said, I don't think the picture that I showed you. I think it is a SpaceX launch, but I feel like it might have been altered, or it might be a time lapse, like you were saying, Denny. So that's I don't know, like, but somebody else, I can't find the video, but when the wildfires happened in Canada, they all started miles from each other at the same time. You start to see smoke just miles from each other
yeah,
randomly. So I don't know, like, how that could happen. Like, how, like, just the heat just was so unbearable in these areas, and it caught like some very dry brush out of nowhere.
right.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like these are questions that you never you can't, like, no one's giving you a straight answer how that could have happened or not, or I might be missing it. There's a high chance that I might be missing it, but so yeah.
Interesting theories, nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. I don't know. I know I'd like to, I would definitely like to know more about all this, because it's just like usual. It's gotten very thick on the internet with theories, about what is going on and who started it and who did what and all this. And I'm like, okay, well, some weird things, yeah, it is weird that only the middle to low class housing is affected.
And yeah,
That's odd.
and that whole thing that's going around with Hawaii being, like, the term that they, like, most locals use is being priced out of paradise.
Yeah,
Like, people literally live there. They had generations after generations are being pushed out of their homes because
yeah,
of, like, the wealth that's coming into that place. Normally, like, when you think of wealth, yeah, it's going to make your place thrive and prosper.
right.
No, like, yeah, it does, but now only the mega rich can live there now. And the people
Weird.
that's literally was born there, like, can't even stay there. Like, they're basically being pushed out of their homes because of how much wealth is being pushed into there. The
Right.
property, it's like being on a street, uh, living on a street. A house gets torn down or something, and they build like a mansion or something. Now the property value just went up because of that one house, and then
Right.
on top of that, it just starts to barrel out. So, like you were saying, like, it's a little odd that none of the wealthier areas was hit, but then again, the other thing is, if you, like, I want to say, like, in a way too, is like, if you want to say a conspiracy, maybe the electric company didn't do what they were supposed to, like, turn off the like, shut down the grid in that area, because they said that that's the reason. Once the fire started, the like the company never shut down the area, and the electric lines just continue to push and cause more fires.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds reasonable.
And why would they, like, and then another thing too is, like, why would they do that unless there was something hidden behind this whole thing?
Yeah.
I know that there's some weird stuff about buying land in Hawaii. And I can't remember all the details to it. But at one point in time, there was a problem where you could own the house, but you couldn't own the land it sat on.
Yeah, you can own mineral rights or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, you can own the land, but not the mineral rights. So
Are
if you
you
had
not allowed
oil,
to? Are you not allowed to? Like get the minimal right? What you
I
got? I think
think you
pay
have to
or
buy.
whatever.
You have to buy it, just like any like company now. They have to buy mineral rights of the
You wouldn't think
land.
it's fucking stupid? I have to pay some asshole to dig up something on my own land. Like, you know what I mean? What is that? That's like going, down the street to give somebody $50 so I can come home and take a shit at my house.
So, like, I guess in a way, the only you can't have the mineral rights, but I don't know how this works. Is that you can't have the mineral rights, but you have the land.
Yeah,
There's a chance, I guess, if they could buy the joining land and the mineral rights under you,
right.
and like say that they could start excavating or doing whatever they need to under you. But like they couldn't, like, unless you allow them to go onto your property. That will they can't do that, but they could probably do an adjacent property.
Yeah, weird.
That's
I
what
don't
I've
know.
heard.
It is weird. I don't know, man. Strange. But hey, guys, I'm actually out of time. I gotta go. I have to go and look at a house. I guess I don't know. We'll see. This is
Yay!
totally on me for the short episode. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to work it out. It's not going to be long episodes this week, but get back to you the following week on that one. Life came up. I'm sorry. Yeah,
As it does.
it does. But it is interesting. I would like to dive further into this after maybe gather some more info.
Yeah, I was actually
And
reading on it a little bit, and I think you can own your mineral rights, but if you sell it and then you sell your house, whoever owns the mineral rights when you sold your house still owns the mineral rights.
oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
Some dude
So
just shows
basically,
back up at your house, starts digging up your yard. What's up, man? Looking for gold.
I'm sure there's like easements or things like that that have to be taken care of. Because you
Yeah.
figure, say, if you own 60 acres
Yeah.
and you have the mineral rights and you dig under the farm next to you and you own those mineral rights as well, there's nothing that farm can do. And they won't might even not even know you're there. You know?
there's a
Yeah.
whole fucking mine under your fucking house.
I mean, we're in Kentucky, dude.
Right.
There's probably caves under all of our houses too.
How many miles in caves would we say? What you think?
That one's up to Tyler. Tyler, how many miles?
People don't forget, Tyler.
How many miles, Tyler?
How many miles? How many miles do we think it is?
Yeah, you just spit out a random number. What do you think? Yeah.
Don't you
What
have
if-
to go look at a house?
Well, I was just about to say, what if, Josh? What if like somebody released like an official statement, and Tyler was dead on?
Right.
He would never let us hear the end of it.
Right. Even if he
We
was
would
plus
never-
or minus 10.
Yeah, it would be close enough. He would never. It would never end. I feel like it'd be fair.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go. You guys out there, take
Huh.
care of each other, and
Oh.
yeah, be good. Be good. Do your best.
One more again, Ty.
Mwah.
See you guys.